BuzzCity is here tonight chatting with Regina indie pop band The Fortunate Isles in our newly appointed studio.
I'm Steve and I play the drums.
I'm Steph and I sing in the band. I play the synthesizer and tambourines.
I'm Jeremy and I play bass and sing backup vocals.
And I'm Steve. I play the guitar and sing some backup.
Just as a point of entry, I was intrigued by the choice of your name, so I did a bit of Googling, and I came up with this, and I quote, according to Greek mythology, the Fortunate Isles, also called the Isles of the Blessed, heroes and other favored mortals in Greek mythology and Celtic mythology were received by the gods into a winterless, blissful paradise. The islands are reserved for those who had chosen to be reincarnated thrice, and managed to be judged as especially pure enough to gain entrance to the Elysian fields all 3 times. That's pretty intriguing stuff. Who came up with that choice of the name?
That was me. I was basically, we were trying to find a name, and we were tossing around some ideas, and I was just doing some internet reading through like various mythologies, and I saw the Fortunate Isles, and I liked the ring, so and it also had an interesting meaning, so I suggested that, and that's the one we chose.
It has a really positive vibe. I mean, I find the name really attractive for sure. Are any of you guys involved, like read philosophy or to any great extent, or?
Well, I've taken philosophy classes in university, but that's about the extent of it.
Sure. And also you have that quote by Pablo Neruda, we came by night to the Fortunate Isles and lay like fish under the net of our kisses, who Pablo Neruda, just, to reference, is a Chilean poet and was also noted for his overtly political stance. And sort of spinning off of that, the first tune of yours I listened to was Karl Marx, which has a definite, leftist political connotation, so I'm very, very intrigued by that. Can you speak to that? Or?
Well, although the Karl Marx politics, I tend to slant that way, but that's not really what the song's about. It's kind of one of those songs where the name has nothing to do with the lyrics.
Okay, but it's certainly a grabber because it got my
Yeah.
attention. I thought it was the first thing I went, okay, I gotta check that out. And the second tune I listened to was Intergalactic Flight, which I liked a lot. So you guys have been around for how long?
Just over 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years.
a couple years.
Now you've already made an impact on the local scene here, and we'd all agree that the scene here in Regina is second to none in terms of just the variety and the activity and the creativity of the bands happening.
Mm-hmm.
Last year you guys also played at the RSO Symphony.
Under the Sky, yeah.
Yeah.
And that must have been exciting to get picked for
that
that.
was huge for us.
Yeah. that was
Yeah,
just a lot of
we
fun.
won an online voting
And we
contest.
made the
I
top
remember following
3.
that, via Facebook and online. And,
Yeah, that was
pretty exciting stuff.
It was. We got quite a few votes, which we were
Yeah.
surprised, and so we
All
were
of
pretty
our
happy about
loyal
that.
fans.
Yeah.
Thanks, fans.
Yeah, and speaking of your fan base, that's growing. You get good turnouts to your shows. Generally
Yeah,
speaking.
we're getting more and more
Yeah. Mhm.
turnouts
Yeah.
to shows.
Yeah,
Yeah, more and more people that we don't know are coming to shows.
Yeah.
That's
that's the
Well,
big
it's
thing.
good.
That's
we
all the
noticed.
band can ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
Now, your mandate is stated as let's get the crowd moving as your philosophy, and how's that working for you? Do you find people are bopping at? Generally speaking, when I listened to your stuff, I that was an immediate appeal. I mean, that you would have that effect on an audience, that they wouldn't want to be too static or non-active.
Well, when we got together, we kind of decided that we wanted to basically play dance rock, and we wanted to play music that got people out of their seats.
Yeah,
And
and people can enjoy. And
Well, you've stayed influences like Franz Ferdinand and the Ting Tings and Killers, and that is definitely an effect in what those guys are doing for sure. Now, in terms of planning ahead and ambition, I mean, your sound definitely has the potential to win over a lot of people. Now you're you're going to take a tour in a while,
Right.
across Canada.
Yeah, in March we
In
head out
March.
on tour, start in Vancouver. The official tour announcement will be made February 1st with all the shows and dates. But we're going with 2 bands, Sid New York and Violent Kin. Violent Kin's from Saskatoon, so
Yes, right.
it'll
right.
be a fun tour and we're really excited.
Yeah, our first tour is. It'll be our first tour, and going with 2 other bands should be a lot of fun. I think.
Have you guys, any of you had much road experience?
I haven't.
I have
So
some
it's
in
an
a
adventure,
previous
man.
band.
Yeah.
I don't know,
That's
Steve,
exciting.
did you tour before?
Yeah, I have some experience too. Like I've played in other bands around the city, so I've had some experience playing on the road and that. It's gonna be new for a couple of guys though in the band, so we'll see how it goes in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it'll be tales of the road, of course, to tell.
Exactly.
Your next show is February 11th at the District. Are you looking at that is that kind of a kickoff in a way, or?
It could be because I'm not sure if we'll have any more upcoming
Yeah.
shows before our tour. So
So it could ostensibly be
yeah, we're excited about that. We're playing
official,
with Fur
official
Eel
kickoff.
and Fly Points, which is a new band.
Yeah, they're another band we've got a finger on. We want to follow up on them.
Yeah.
And For Real, of course, we've done a feature on them in the past as well, and they're doing okay.
Yeah.
Doing all right.
You're in good
Pretty
company
good.
for sure, for the likes of them. So you have 1 CD release,
We have 2 EPs.
2 EPs.
Yes. We released one a year ago now, I guess, in August. That was our first one, and then our second one last summer. It's our most recent one. And it's called Drunk as Drunk, which is the title of the Pablo Neruda poem. So we tied that in.
Where did you record those?
The first one, our self-titled EP, was done at Touchwood Studios in Regina.
At Grand Hall.
Yeah, we worked with Justin Bender as the sound engineer, and the recent one was done in a friend of Steve's garage recording studio. And
DIY.
yeah, it
Well,
didn't
he converted
really have a
it
name.
into
Yeah.
a full studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have a name when we did it, but since it's a studio, there's no windows ventilation. Middle of the summer, very hot.
Yeah, it was the hottest week of the
Yeah.
summer, and
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
stuck in an a soundproof room with no air circulation.
That can influence what you're doing for sure,
Yeah.
for good or bad, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gave it the name Hot as Hell Studios.
What is health studios? Apropos. Now, how did you guys all meet? Were you friends before? Or?
Oh well,
Yeah.
I've known Steve peripherally for about 15 years. We played in punk bands when we were kids, and we played at the same all ages venue. Steph was when we got the band together. Steph was dating a friend of ours, and we found out that she was a singer, and I had wanted.
And a synth player as well.
Yes.
Well,
And tambourine
that
player.
That came later.
I love tambourine.
I wanted to start a band with a girl vocalist, and she, well, I forget who told me, but I just heard that she sang, and so I asked her if she wanted to start a band, and she said yes. So, but Steve's actually the newest member, because we had a previous drummer, and then so Steve's only been in the band for about 8-9 months now.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty big whirlwind for me, joining them, and then just everything started taking off right after.
Sure.
So,
Now, in terms of like going on tour, there's always those, considerations of day jobs, that kind of thing. That's always a challenge. When you make that commitment to do any extensive, touring out of your home burg. How is that handled? I'm always curious.
Yeah. Well, I'm fortunate enough. I have enough vacation leave, and I'm banking my EDOs, so I'm good to go.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've got a lot of vacation time banked, but I'll accrue the vacation I need for the last few days of the tour while I'm on vacation on the tour. So,
Excellent. So you've got a case.
yeah, just
Yeah.
enough.
It also helps too when you apply for a grant from the Saskard Board.
Okay, you got a grant.
Yeah, and that's also going to help us a lot.
You guys are way too savvy.
Well, I don't know. I've been doing it for a
Totally.
while.
Yeah.
Kind of learn the tricks after a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
would
do.
be very difficult to do without
Oh, for
without
sure.
the grant, especially
For
going
sure.
so far.
Yeah.
Just gas money alone.
Mm-hmm.
Any diet considerations on tour? I know it's always a challenge if you want to avoid the typical greasy
Fast
diet.
food every day.
Yeah.
Well, before we got the grant, I was thinking that I would be buying a flat of beefaroni and eating it cold out of the can.
What's that saying? It's not what you eat; it's what you balance on. If you can subsist.
it's-
I know there was an interview with Belle Plain recently. They were her and Beth Curry were talking about their dietary plan on tour, and they would actually do a lot of cooking. Beth mentioned that she was especially adept at to finding out where the farmers markets were, and zeroing in on organic, fresh fruits and vegetables, that kind of thing. And I thought, wow, that sounds not the norm for
Yeah.
That sounds like
So I was very,
Yeah.
I was very impressed. I was very
Dedication,
commendable.
for sure.
I thought, I've never actually toured myself, and I've always, that's one of my major concerns would be, the dietary factor.
Yeah.
I think showering too.
Yeah.
Getting a good shower.
Clean-
It's gonna be
clean- clean
it's
in
gonna be a
general.
concern.
Yeah.
So
So we're starting in the West Coast in Vancouver and then doing a bunch of cities up until Ontario. So it's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Will there be will these be places that you've never been to before? Don't mean just as a band, but individually.
Yeah, I've never been to Vancouver.
Okay, that's interesting. I ran into someone else a little while ago, someone a lot older than you, that had never been to Vancouver, and I was amazed by that.
Seems like a lot of people from Regina move there and then move back.
Yeah.
And I was not
Yeah.
one of them. I've never seen the
Not
ocean,
yet.
so I'm looking forward to seeing the ocean.
Okay, that's going to be exciting
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
I'd like to thank the Fortunate Isles for spending this time with us, and good luck on the tour. And this is Buzz City signing off.